Welcome to Growth Time Live, and today we're talking about your greatest asset. Yeah, that's not your investment, that's not your portfolio, that's not your home, it's not a financial product. Heck, it's even not a person. Your greatest asset and that missing link is how you value your personal liberty. So, yeah, your freedom, your internal freedom. So, that's what we're going to talk about today. And what a great time to talk about it. Coming off Memorial Day weekend and just the experience of reflecting on the great heroes of the land, sky, and sea, the military, who actually fought for our freedom, for our liberty, and the sacrifice they made. So look, in America, in our culture today, we have such a unique framework of what we think freedom really is. In many ways, it's very humanistic. I can do what I want, when I want, and how I want. And that is the sense of freedom we want to enjoy. That I can do me. In many ways, we can be very hedonistic. Hedonistic is very being pleasure seeking and avoiding pain. That in essence, our freedom's tied into we can just seek pleasure and do what makes us feel good. Well, I'm going to argue and contend as a coach that your freedom is really, your personal freedom is just you being able and empowered to live out your core values, the things you value and the qualities the most, and to be the best God version of yourself. When you can do that and you have the freedom to live it out, your asset is valuable. Your asset increases. And that's important because typically we will run into a space, and we all do this in life, where we play the hypocrite. That hypocrite self comes out. We say things, we do the opposite. We want to do the right thing to our values, but we find ourselves not doing it. And we see this hypocrite self monster coming out, and we've all been there. But what we truly desire is that authentic self, real, transparent, able to live out the best God version. We want that authentic self to be birthed. Well, how do we do that, right? That's the question. That's what we're going to talk about for a few minutes. So look, the way to get out of it is to grow your personal liberty. So how do we actually, go do that? Well, I say it starts with owning you and owning your personal growth. It's just the clearest way. There's no way around it. Like, we all get filled with clutter. We all get filled with weights. We all things that hinder us and set us down and push us aside. Life's filled with them. But yet, if we take ownership of our personal development and grow ourselves. And we're going to talk about 3 quick areas that you need a great growth plan to grow your asset, to grow your personal liberty. Number 1, where you need that plan, is in your body. Like you are your body, soul, spirit. So if you're off that wagon, if you're not moving forward, take ownership and get a growth plan with your body. Movement, nutrition, research studies, we know that there's even links to mental health and wellness, physiologically, emotionally, mentally. It all plays into how we show up and how we go ahead and take care of our body. Number 2 is, our soul. Do you have the right growth plan? And are you moving that asset forward to get more liberty by addressing your soul, your mind, your mindsets, your emotions, and your will? Do you have a plan in place? I could share years ago, I struggled with this strong negative emotion of anger, and I would pop off. Well, I needed growth in that area. My personal freedom and liberty, that asset, was being devalued. Very quickly, I would do actions and choices that didn't line up. I was a hypocrite, and I was less likely to be authentic and real and be my best God version. So you have to make those choices. Are you going to grow in that space? And then your will, your decision making, your heart. And maybe you need a plan to think hey, how am I going to make better decisions and better choices? It's going to affect you. Value that asset. Value your personal liberty. And then number 3, the big spot, the very core, the very inner part of us, the one that unfortunately gets neglected the most, is that God space. That space, that spirit, the spirit that's only reserved for our God space. And then how we navigate that relationship with Coach. How we work with that player coach, Jesus, really how that relationship's working. Because truly our internal freedom is going to be reflective at the core in our ability to live out our values and authentic self and that relationship with Christ and that relationship with the Lord. It's pivotal. But are we growing it? Is it moving forward? Is it stagnant? Is it stuck? Well, if you value that asset of your personal liberty, and you say that's the most important thing for you, that I want to be free, I want to be the best I can. I want to excel. I want to conquer mountains. I want to be great. Now you got to value that personal liberty. Because what we do know is the effects. Like when we walk in freedom and you think about your best days, you think about how you are, your joy, your confidence. You think about your ability to connect in deeper levels with relationships, how you show up and lead your people and lead your team. Doesn't it all increase when your internal freedom, when you're free to live your best, to be your best, and you just have that God version of yourself being manifested? Yeah, that hypocrite self get pushed away. Authentic real comes out. But if we don't have a plan, if we're not growing in these areas, your body, soul, and your spirit, you can just say, I just don't value my asset well. I'm not valuing my personal liberty. But it's the key to greatness. It's the key to moving forward. It's the key to your vision. It's the key to your mission, is valuing that asset. So that is the message of growth time. And if you're stuck, if you're not sure, and you need support, that's what coaches are for. We help you with the growth plan. We help you identify where your growth really needs to start, what the result will look like. Hey, we provide coaching, accountability, and support to get you there. So reach out. Let's get a plan in place. Let's increase the value of your asset. What time is it? Well, you always know it's always growth time, baby.